if I held whatever project that I have ever bought in, I think to have me on this podcast would have been a difficult session.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast. It is always incredible to come out here, talk with you, listen, get feedback from you. But of course, the brand new episodes come out every single week. And today is another opportunity for you to join us for an exciting conversation about the journey of AfroToken, where we come from, where we are, and of course, what lies ahead in the future. But first, I want to appreciate every single one of you who comes out to support us, who has given in the comments, who has shared our content on different platforms. We appreciate you and we say you are doing the right thing. You are pushing the message of liberating not just yourself, but our continent, our beautiful continent, Africa. And of course, sharing the African dream of not being left behind as regards to everything new tech. Speaking blockchain, speaking Web3, speaking artificial intelligence, speaking augmented reality, mention anything new tech. We are your go-to podcast for everything brand new technology, the very first in Africa, and we are super proud that you are joining us. And if you're joining us for the very first time, we encourage you that you go ahead and hit the notification button, ring the bell, be notified every single time there is a brand new episode. I am Brahma Kizito and I'm super glad and honored to come today and speak to you in our very fourth episode of the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast. This is your time to shine. This is your time to learn. This is your time to have knowledge that you ever dreamed about. This is your time to tap into an industry that is still new. We are at a leveled ground as the whole world, and as Africa, there is no better time to be included than now, and that is the reason for this and more. And to do that with me, I have my brother, my little brother, who is a technical analyst. There is so much I could say about him, but if you've been joining us in the different Afro hours on X, that is Twitter, you know Frank Kanabi. He's the brain behind our in-house analysis of everything cryptocurrency, from Bitcoin to Pepe to Soy to Shiba Inu and now to AfroToken. Join me as I welcome my brother Frank Kanabi.
Another opportunity from Mr. Ramakizito. So me as an analyst, I'll analyze and know that each and every one of you who is watching us today is expecting something special from us. Now, something special from us, every time we do come here, we do come to talk about the liberation. It's a financial liberation because we do share the financial knowledge, which is actual of this century. You know, it's always different to be talking about something in present time, but when you're talking the past thing. But us here, we do talk about the present. We talk your future. Actually, just talk under two tenses, the present and the future. So the present right now in Africa, it's the one we do call the AfroToken. Now we are going to be discussing more about Afro today.
All right, absolutely, man. Super exciting to be joined by someone whose analysis has always come out perfectly right, almost at 98 point something percent from Bitcoin to you called Shiba, and you actually the reason why I invested in Shiba in the previous bull run, and man, I appreciate you, man. And now we are speaking AfroToken, and I want to start off the conversation about AfroToken immediately. But yes, just to remind you, we'll be airing these every single week, so please subscribe, hit the notification button just not to miss these brand new conversations every single week. So from an analyst's point of view, where do you see AfroToken in terms of course the community, the market cap, and things to do with the growth rate?
Go back to the times of Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu back then, when I called Shiba Inu was actually sharing the same charts as Afro do right today. Shiba was having exactly the same patterns, those W formations, the round bottoms, as Afro is doing today. So every time you remember me of Shiba, right now I no longer remember Shiba, but I see Afro, because I know Afro is gonna play even better compared to Shiba. One, Shiba had a larger kind of supply. With Afro, the supply is limited.
A
and
billion,
slow.
just 1 billion
Just
Afro.
1 billion.
Yes.
But Shiba had huge. Now, I think Afro has got more chance to actually play better than Shiba. Understand that today, if I'm to call any token, for those who are my friends and for those who know me, I always do call the Afro token. Have not called only Shiba, I've called a number. I called Shiba, I called Pepe at the lockups, but I wasn't a good holder there myself. Not only that, but I also called at one time WorldCoin when it was still even just under the so-called airdrops.
The orbs and all those things, yeah.
I talked about that and I told people, go there even if you get 5. That thing made people money. And many more are actually tokens that I've been calling. FTM when it was still low, talked about that. And many. But today, I no longer call BTC. I no longer call any launchpad. I no longer call any AI token. I no longer call any metaverse token. I no longer call anything like tokenization, any coin under tokenization sector. I no longer call. I only call one thing, AfroToken, because of a number of reasons. AfroToken is the only actually crypto that I've seen whereby the founder, the devil is behind, is always giving out his face. Every day talking to people.
Every single day. It's
day.
crazy to think about. It's a meme token, but then the community is very intimate. They get to interact every single day. And I think that is really, really, really powerful.
That is powerful because Shiba never had that.
Flocky, Pepe.
They never. Even Safe Moon, which had one of the vibrant communities that I've ever seen, they never had that. All I see right now, it's only Afro, whereby the dev is not even concerned about creating maybe another token for now. He's all stranded and looking at one thing, AfroToken. Every time he will talk, it's AfroToken.
True that. And of course, Afro has had some amazing partnerships. Previously, there is a NextMate AI, our AI partner, doing amazing. Shout outs to you, NextMate AI. We appreciate you. And now we had good news coming in last week. That is the listing onto Poloniex, a crypto exchange. What does this mean for the community and for the holders?
You know, listing in my actually eyes, it is not only about bullish news, but it is another way of delivering the token available to people who are not familiar with the other side of the dexes, which is actually bit technical to buy from the dex. Right now it is available even to SX, whereby someone will just simply deposit on Poloniex, get the USDT, and then turns it into Afro.
True. And I want you to talk about the trust that comes with listing onto a recognized exchange.
Considering I was coming there.
Yeah, we're in Africa and people still have a certain kind of narrative as regards to cryptocurrencies.
Okay, let me tell my African people to understand one thing. By the time the token lists to a certain exchange, these exchanges do actually take some pre-measures. They do the auditing, they do a lot before the token comes to their platform. So that's one of what I do call that it is a credible token to be listed to an exchange. Every time the token is listed to an exchange, and I'm actually seeing that within the news archive, many exchanges are coming on to list. By the time they are all actually fighting upon listing an African token, then it means the token has got value and it's a credible one to list. So to each and everyone who is out there, AfroToken is one of those tokens that are highly credible right now onto the space. And I don't only see Afro onto these small actually sexes, but I see Poloniex is a big one. It's a big one. Now I see it also on things like Binance, even to come to list to something like Coinbase, Robinhood. it will reach there. Because one, commitment is there. The vision is too big. If you hear the dev actually speaking about this, you will know that this project is really actually continuing. I will encourage people to be attending the so-called Afro hours. Afro hours, it's where we do analyze the token, whereby even the guy himself, the dev himself, is always on.
Every single day.
Every
Yeah,
single
for those of you that don't know the Afro hours, it is our daily sessions that happen at 3 p.m. East Africa time. So be sure to join us today, the day you are watching this, or tomorrow, just in case you're unable to join in today. So we get to listen in from the from the developer. We get to share updates from different countries, and of course, motivate us to keep pushing forward. I want to get a little bit personal as regards to your personal gains. What is the biggest amount of money that you've gotten from the previous tokens that you called? Say Shiba, Floki. You could give us a range.
This is crazy, and this is where it gets personal. And actually, it's touching. See, I invested into Afro. That's where I invested the biggest amounts of money. I invested in SHIB. That's where I invested the biggest amount of money, because my SHIB investment was all about something like $20,000. You know, 20,000. I'm talking about 20,000 for a starter, because those days I was still maybe a starter. I invested such huge, because the first investment was small. I was around 300, 1,000. I don't remember very well. But the next one that I invested after the other one, because I saw a pump, I was new, when I saw the candlesticks were green, I made all I could do, and then I invested a huge what?
That was in SHIB, yeah.
I was in SHIB. But to tell you that if I made something like 70,000 of that big investment, then here comes
Afro. Yes. I want us to do the comparison.
Yeah.
If you have invested 20,000 in Afro, say for example in the burning curve, or when we were below the 1 million
I'm not going to talk about the burning curve, by the way, because yes, I was involved into that. But every time that I remember that when Afro actually went out of the burning curve and it gave us a retracement to the downside, I just managed to invest something like 5,000.
But now the rewards.
But now the rewards are too crazy.
Super crazy.
See, investing 5, and then that one comes out to something like, because I remember last month before the dip that we are in, I remember something like 50,000 to be seen.
That is already 10x.
Not already 10x.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
That's
crazy.
Afro.
And it's crazy to think about Afro, a project that is barely 3 months creating those crazy amounts of returns.
That's it, because I'm actually seeing one thing. The passion that the Afro holders are having for their project is actually high. For SHIB, they used to dump slightly. It comes to a downside, gives a pullback. But these people are strongly holding that project.
Someone sells, people buy immediately. Someone sells, people buy immediately.
For me, I think right now, if I'm to say that, Frank, you've made money out of Afro. Yes, we have been into projects that have been strong. Not only that I made that money to Shiba, I managed to multiply that money to bigger amounts, to excess of money. But the multiplier effect that I've got with this AfroToken is crazy.
Crazy. Still talking about, of course, AfroToken and the listing onto Poloniex. How easy does it get? So many crypto traders, about 15% on DEX, and the bigger amount of traders, the bigger number of people are on sexes. What do you think is going to be the possible impact of our listing onto such a reputable exchange?
One thing that I'll first say, I'm too happy that when Afro listed on an exchange, it never pumped so high. the price remain to equilibrium. Where price remains around that area, it's called a consolidation phase. Many people get to buy from an exchange at a good price. So if these people get to an exchange and buy it at a good price, this means that the real Afro pump that the world is going to notice, they are going to notice it off an exchange, not at DEX. Because what we got at DEX, I don't call it the best.
Yeah.
The best is about to come. Because I know the exponential one that we do call a rapid one, the one that is going to skyrocket, is just coming right now. It is going to be within 2-3 exchanges where Afro will be. And people will notice that Afro has actually broken down an exchange. I see that. Transactions becoming too many and the exchange goes down.
Crazy to think about.
It's going to happen because with the Afro and the sentiment that the community is trying to create, plus the drivers, because I'm seeing influencers now not saying Afro, talking about Afro. The moment Afro will start a pump to the upside, I think even other exchanges will notice and they will actually wish we listed this one under the earlier stages, because the guy who is behind Afro is too passionate about the pumps. He understands what a meme is. He says it actually clearly each and every day. A meme is something that is actually for us to have fun. We do not have fun when it's not pumping.
True that.
We have fun when it is pumping.
Of course, there is liberation that comes with that. People make money, but at the end of the day, we need to have fun. Yeah, it's
Trust
been
me.
talking,
He understands,
but we need to have fun with it.
He understands that concept. And another thing, he understands the concept of that it's an educational meme, because his thing is actually to liberate an African about the crypto literacy, whereby he wants all people to understand how crypto works and how they operate, exchanges and indexes, and also how to buy and sell, and how the blockchain actually operates. Those are his things. But now he has done that successfully. I can say that this guy has achieved at least to make sure that AfroToken is within at least the topmost African countries.
True. And speaking about milestones, AfroToken has been top 10,
Fact.
for close to 6 weeks on 2 Sun Pump. And remember, Sun Pump listed almost 90,000, almost 90,000 meme tokens, and new tokens come up every single day. What do you think is driving all this kind of performance?
One, the guy behind Afro himself, the community behind Afro, the Micro Plus Labs, because Afro is also actually community backed. A project being under community is not like a project which is just lying on a single man's pump. The community is always doing its work or its job, the same thing the dev himself. Now see, the guy also who is behind this project is not like these devs who are actually into that space to look forward to earn a day.
Money, pump and dumps.
He's not that kind, because the guy has already made it. This is the guy that I personally know. It's one of the projects that I've actually invested in when I know the person on a personal basis. He's a crypto whale. He's a guy who trades in millions. So such a guy is not looking at your small money. He's just looking at one thing, is to show people how crypto works and how good governance can look like in hands of a right person, because those are his his motives, the things that he is looking at. He want to show the world that if you are not willing to rag the project, where is it going to take you? Now, we are also gonna see those effects in return. So, to me, I think we're gonna see the most successful story in as far as crypto is concerned. And this is going to happen at the introduction of crypto to the African community. I understand one thing in this world. When the vision is new, it is the right time, and it is the most time it actually creates the biggest effect. Understand Bitcoin, the first day it came onto life, the people who first actually got involved. This time we are seeing Afro in the initial stages. We call it the initiation of Afro to the Africans. Africans have not been that much into crypto, excluding Nigerians who are already also
Nigeria, South Africa, a little bit. But of course, facing regulatory challenges. Yeah.
But now I also see a huge number of Nigerians on back of Afro, and you understand them when it comes to
shilling.
Yes, they're already back on the Afro. Then there I see the project actually expanding rapidly. I'm saying all this to make you see the community view, the aspect.
The sentiment is right.
The sentiment is right for
there is
Afro
an attachment
to fly. So
people are intimate. There is, of course, the inclusivity.
Yeah, fact, when a cryptocurrency is to work, watch it like a crypto game that is to work. For a game to work out, that game should be that kind that should be addictive. Right now, Afro is becoming addictive too. Africans and the community who are behind. Not only Africans, but also people from abroad who are buying Afro. They are also entering the community, starting to shield straight out.
True. We've had Indians that are speaking to us in the Afro hours.
So it is addictive.
Russians that are creating songs for AfroToken.
The moment a crypto project gets addictive to the community, they're just loving their baby.
True that. Now, before, of course, we don't have the whole day, but I want to have at least two more questions for you. We are communicating. We are in final stages of working with a market maker or a liquidity provider. What does this mean?
One thing is clear. Understand this in two ways. If I'm here to run your project, I don't want to provide you liquidity to be able to execute out and
sell. Yes.
But the fact the people or the developers, the team that is behind Afro is willing even to add in a liquidity provider to the project so that you who want to sell out, you feel like you have held enough, sell out and get out. They know what they are doing. If I can give you that, then I tell you, pass there and go.
That means you know where someone is headed.
Fact. So I'm providing you no matter how you want to sell it out and get out. Because I know when you get out, I'll create that opportunity for other people who sell at the top. Because if I keep you with me, you're going to sell at the top and you create a bad impact onto me. So I'll provide you even with someone will give you a bigger liquidity pool so that you dump without actually having any issues. So dump, get out, and those who remain get it to the top.
Crazy.
Fact.
Of course.
That is what I do call the psychological statement that is behind giving you a liquidity provider.
Absolutely.
Some of you might not understand it.
It is a free market of you can come in anytime, you can go out anytime. But of course, we sell the narrative of using history. All the people that have made generational wealth, I'm not talking about 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. I'm talking about 500,000 plus, millions plus.
Let me also add this.
Yeah.
If a project is to rug, do you know what the dev first do? They'll first look the liquidity. We'll buy in, but we won't be able to
sell.
Yes. But now, Afro is employing, is partnering.
You come in now and you want to come out, it is still okay. You can always come out. It is that simple. But of course, the reason why, yes, this is the good with the project. But now, I'm saying in our different sessions, we encourage people to hold, to do this. I think it just takes us back to the real vision of AfroToken. You can never really be financially liberated if you are speaking small profit, if you're selling in losses, if you are not willing to hold. Our founder says every single day that we want to make millionaires, not just in our local currencies,
Yeah.
because that has already been made. We
Yeah.
are talking about millionaires in dollars, and it can only happen
When they do
when
hold.
we hold. Of course, it comes at a cost. Holding is not for everyone, and there is a lesson to this for all of us. And yesterday, in the Afro Hour, I mentioned that. Um, Taking profit now, yeah, and holding now are two scenarios. Now, since AfroToken is an educational meme, we want people to hold, but we also want people to take profit now. You know why? These are going to be two very good lessons. Now, to the person who is holding, it is going to be a lesson to the power of holding. And to the person who sells out, it is also going to
Do you
be
remember the motto?
a very good lesson to how someone is able to regret just because they took small profit.
You know, it's an educational meme. What's education? You get educated by the best educator is experience. Experience the selling, experience the holding. You who is the seller, you're going to experience how to sell so easily and the impacts of selling so easily. You're going to envy the people who have been holding for some good time.
True that.
When thing is to the
It
top.
has happened to you. I don't want to go personal, but there is a time you sold early and the market pumped, not even an hour.
So
just after.
Bro, I understand how to be envious to
You've
the
been
market
there.
than how to rejuvenate, because I've sold good projects so early, more compared to the times that I've held good projects. And this is not only me, but it is actually becoming an experience to me.
Mm-hmm.
If I held whatever project that I have ever bought in, I think to have me on this podcast would have been a difficult session.
You'll be a rich person.
I'll be a rich person. I don't need to come here and educate people. No. But maybe it was God's will.
True. We needed you here, so you're able to get small profits. So yes, before I let you go, we always have that session of motivating our audience before we go. So what is your last piece of advice to someone who is weak at holding right now? How best can someone do that?
One thing is clear: if you want to hold that I learned, have it and forget it. You know in your heart that you have something, but again, among the things you live with, you forget it. Among them, you have it, but you do not want to live with it. It's like you have it, but you have put it aside like it's not your own. So have your tokens, but forget them.
All right, I do that. I've done that with Afro as well. I'm invested quite heavily in that, but I don't even have my wallets on my phone. I always keep them away. I only keep it out maybe when we are going for conferences and I need to show people.
And let me tell you one thing, that I've seen. Sometimes if you're holding a certain token and you have been holding, like real holding, even if by the time it makes the top, it dumps by 50%.
You're in profit.
You're in profit, and you'll make more profits than somebody who sold the lows.
Trying to sell, trading.
That's what I've seen. And all the time I've actually tried to trade some cryptos. I've understood that however good and smart trader you are, you'll never beat a holder.
Never. It can never happen. No. And that brings us to the end of our beautiful podcast. That is the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast. Today I've been with our in-house technical analyst, that is Frank Kanabi, who also doubles as a tutor at Mitro Plus Labs. So make sure that you are part of our next class where you get to learn from the very best on the African continent. That is the tutors and of course the founder of Mitro Plus Labs, who is a very profitable and wealthy trader. Also have a chance to be in the class of my brother here, Frank Kanabi, and so many other amazing tutors. So it's been great to have you, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel where you are watching this from, and be notified every single time we have a brand new episode. So keep it locked here, and join us for our subsequent conversations. That is the daily Afro Hour that happens on Zoom and X. That is at AfroToken Sun. Be sure to follow as well, and man, just put in that subscription. And of course, here at Mitro Plus Labs and on these other social media platforms. And what other request is, just share this video to as many people as possible. Just tap on share, you'll copy the link and share it to every person you wish well. I am Ramakizito, and it's been great to have you on this podcast. I greet you and I wish you the very best. Happy trading and happy holding. See you next time.